In this presentation, we will talk about the vulnerability of those with memory loss, more specifically those who suffer from Alzheimer's and other dementias. Dementia is an umbrella term for diseases that deal with loss of memory, language, problem solving, and other thinking abilities that are severe enough to interfere with daily life. This is my great-grandma, Clara Jorgensen. She was my best friend growing up, and sadly she passed away when I was 10 years old. During the last 2 years of her life, she suffered from Alzheimer's. It was hard for me as a kid to really understand what she was going through. My experiences with my great-grandma have led to my love of studying Alzheimer's disease. There are 9 different types of dementia. They are Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, vascular dementia, normal pressure hydrocephalus, Lewy body dementia, frontotemporal dementia, Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease, Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome, and mixed dementia. Let's look at the demographics. It has been shown that dementia prevalence increases with age. Women are slightly more likely to have dementia than men, and higher educational attainment is associated with a lower risk of dementia. Currently, more than 55 million people live with dementia worldwide, and in Utah, approximately 30,000 people have Alzheimer's disease. There are a variety of signs and symptoms. Some symptoms are memory loss, difficulty completing familiar tasks, confusion with time or place, problems with words in speaking or writing, misplacing things, poor judgment, withdrawal from social activities. Let's delve into some more specifics on what those big symptoms are. Memory loss is probably the most notable of the symptoms of dementia. The memory loss they experience starts out very gradually. It can be simple like forgetting the name of an object or misplacing an item in your house. Eventually it progresses to harder things like forgetting close family members or becoming disoriented in your surroundings. Wandering is a common side effect of memory loss. Alzheimer's causes people to lose their ability to recognize familiar places and faces. It's common for a person living with dementia to wander or become confused and lost about their location. Without prevention methods, wandering can be dangerous and even life-threatening. Mood changes are another big symptom. The dementia population can sometimes go through irrational phases of anger, aggression, sadness, and depression. It is important to find what is causing the change in mood. Sometimes it can be fixed by removing a simple object from the house or having a good friend visit. Other times they may need medication. Due to the nature of their symptoms, this population is very vulnerable to the world around them. It can affect their communication and reasoning skills, and consequently, they may not be able to understand or explain to others what is happening to them. Two of the main vulnerability problems we deal with are personal safety and abuse and neglect. Personal safety is a large concern among this community. The day-to-day things they used to do before their memory, such as driving, cooking, and going on walks, have now become hazardous to their safety. While cooking, they can forget things like leaving the water running, and this can lead to safety hazards and serious damage. Without proper caregiving, their personal safety can be at risk. It can be difficult for those who suffer with memory loss to advocate and care for themselves. Because of that, this population is significantly vulnerable to neglect and abuse. Their disease may prevent them from reporting the abuse or recognizing it, so it's important to be aware of the signs of abuse and report it when you see it. Because of the vulnerability of this population, it is important for healthcare workers within the community to take action to protect those with memory loss. Some steps that can be taken to increase the wellness is to educate them on their condition, secure proper care, and connect them with resources that fit their needs. A crucial step to making a vulnerable population more secure is to educate them. Education is key to understanding the difficulties they are dealing with and how to combat them. It is important to educate the individuals with the disease as well as the loved ones who will either be caring for them or visiting them in the care facility. They need to be educated on how to care properly for memory loss. As part of the education process, healthcare workers should teach tips and tricks that will help with the side effects of the disease. There are tons of good tips out there. Like for wandering, they recommend installing a security system or camouflaging doors. Access to these tips can be given through referrals to certain books, websites, and support groups. Some individuals with memory loss can no longer safely care for themselves, so it is important to find a proper care for them. Many loved ones will take on the task of caring for them, and others will find their way to care facilities. If a loved one decides to become a caregiver, it is important to educate them on the seriousness of their responsibilities. In some cases, healthcare workers may need to connect individuals with other types of care. Home health is an option where a nurse or companion comes to your home to help with daily care. There is also adult daycare and, of course, full-time facilities where individuals with the disease will move into the facility and their loved ones can visit them there. As a healthcare worker, it is important to connect individuals with correct resources. These resources can include support groups, adult daycares, helplines, safety checklists, and online education centers. Memory loss poses unique challenges for those it affects, and connecting them with the correct resources can help aid in the challenges they face. Memory Matters and Living Well Utah are two dementia organizations in Utah. Memory Matters has a goal to reduce isolation and increase wellness. They do this through activities, support, education, and consultations. Living Well Utah lists support groups and has educational materials provided on their website. Perhaps the greatest resource for those who struggle with dementia is the Alzheimer's Association. This association is the main hub for all information regarding Alzheimer's disease. Their website provides education on the disease, helplines, support groups, and community events. It's a great place for those with memory loss to feel a sense of community. So what can we do to help this population? The main thing we can do is volunteer. One option that's close by is the Courtyard at Jamestown. This is a retirement home that has a memory care unit. They are always looking for great volunteers. The best thing we can do for this community is to listen and spend quality time with them.